Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I'm holding this camera up so it's kind of shaky, but I left my tripod at home. So I'm on my last reserve trip before my line starts in March, so I'm super excited about that. And it was a really good trip. Well, it doesn't end until tomorrow, so all sorts of things could happen, but I was a little anxious as this was the first trip I've done that had an international leg, an international segment to the trip. So I'll tell you about that in a moment. But I wanted to give you a little room tour. So I'm going to turn the camera so hopefully not so fast as to make you nauseous. But there we go. So there's the door. There's a super cool like floor lamp, my luggage. This little seating area, I think is just adorable. That's about, I don't know, 7 feet, maybe 7 feet long. This wall art that goes all the way around the edge. I'm sorry it's so dark in here. I love this desk area, and this becomes like a partition so you can kind of close off the area. I just love that. I just think this is so cute. I'm not sure why that partition had to happen. I mean, if you're staying in the same hotel or with someone, whether or not they see you through the desk is probably a moot point. But this is the little miracle of a little refrigerator, my little hand, and a little microwave. Super duper cool. I hate these little drip coffee makers. I much prefer Keurig, but whatever. 2 beds. Some flight attendants will lose their minds. Oh, I'm so excited. 2 beds. You all know how I love 2 beds. I don't understand because I don't unmake the other bed. I always sleep in the bed furthest away from the window. But the other bed, I don't ever get in it. I don't unmake it. I don't put my luggage on it because someone has to make the bed. And I don't want to put that much more work on them, but you know, whatever. What do we have here? We have a Gideon Bible, just in case I get a craving for, I don't know what that, whatever. And then the Book of Mormon. I didn't expect that. Interesting. I'm not going to be picking those books up again. There's not much out there for review. I'm not going to show you what's on the other side of this curtain. Don't look behind the curtain because there's another hotel there, and I don't want to give away the location of this hotel. If you're a flight attendant or when you do become one, you'll get used to not... so there's a parking lot there. You'll get used to not sharing where your hotel room is because it can become a security issue for your own safety and your coworker safety. So we've got a big giant armoire. There is a super cute little walk-in shower. What's the shower? Good shower head. There is a little basin, and I love this mirror. Good light, very pretty. And I love this door. I love these little sliding barn door numbers. Love them. I wish I had my tripod. This would be a better view. And here is the bathroom. There's a toilet. And I love this wallpaper. You know I'm as gay as I am when I'm like gushing over wallpaper. And yeah, look at this wallpaper here. I just love the little treatments here. That's very nice. All right, so let me find a spot to put this camera. I'm going to be using a microwave as my tripod. Hello. Up close and personal with Steven. So, today, let me get in the frame. Today was my first international trip or international leg. Now, mind you, I work for an ultra low cost carrier. So that means when we go international, we actually don't get off the airplane. We don't have any international layovers except for Lima, Peru. That's a pretty senior trip, I guess. So, but I was anxious. I was very, very nervous. The issue with international trips is you have to know how many copies of manifest and all the documents you need. You have to have one original 5 copies of this document, the Gen Doc, and then there are a number of pieces of sheets of declaration sheets and all sorts of stuff that you have to hand out to passengers. If they are born in Mexico, we went to Cancun. I should have said that. Went to Cancun, Mexico. So if you're born in Mexico, there's one form. If you're born anywhere else and you're traveling as a tourist or whatever, there's another form. And then one form that I think that everybody else had to fill out. But it was just, I was anxious about getting the right pieces of information to the right people. And then I thought I would start from the front and work my way back, being one person handing this information out. But in the end, it would have taken like 40 minutes. So I divided all the sheets up and gave them to other flight attendants so we could distribute them at the same time through the length of the aircraft. I was a little anxious because I didn't know if there would be any issues with language. I don't speak anything other than English and some American Sign Language. But everyone's going to Cancun. Pretty much it was all Americans, some Mexicans, but not many. And they're all on their way to vacation and in a great mood, right? They're leaving. We had a lot of Canadians on board, which is fun because I just love Canadians. I lived in Ottawa for a short time and we had some nice chats. Just everyone on board was fantastic. I've told you guys this before, that I think the best part of my job at my airline is our guests. We have the best guests. I just talked the entire trip to all of our guests, and they were fantastic. There's nothing like deplaning when they're all getting off the plane and almost every one of them going, "Oh my God, you made that trip so much fun. Thank you so much. You're the best." It really was nice to hear after a long day. But so getting to Cancun, no issues, no problems. And then getting back was actually a lot easier because to go through customs in America, all they needed was one form and their passport. So it was a lot easier to distribute that information. So for the most part, it was anticlimactic. My crew, amazing. We had a fantastic crew. None of us, we're all based in Las Vegas, so almost none of us have actually done many of these international legs. The international trips usually go out of Fort Lauderdale or Dallas, almost never out of Las Vegas. So there wasn't a lot of help that way from them. But it was really nice to be able to look over them and say, at my coworkers and say, "Hey, what do you think? What form is this and that and this?" And it was just great. We worked really well as a team. I had some good chasers. It was a really great trip. And then we flew back to Detroit from Cancun. And, flying from Cancun when everyone had a tan, they're all in shorts and cute little tops. And we're flying to Detroit, which is chilly and dark and wintry. There was lots of opportunity for small talk and chat. And I throw in a lot of one-liners into my demonstration, my demos and my announcements. And if people going to Cancun were appreciative of my humor, coming back from Cancun to Detroit, they just ate it up. And I felt really comfortable, and it was a fantastic leg. It was about 4 hours, actually a little less than that. But great, no big trauma, no big drama. So I'm really, I know now that I can handle any of our international trips with ease. I lied right there because I'm terrified of Haiti. And some locations in South America where our guests are a little different than, Americans going on vacation. There's a lot of very different cultural issues. There's one location, I forget where it is. It might be Haiti, I don't know. But in their country, they don't flush typically a lot of the paper that they use in the bathroom to take care of some particular needs. So they traditionally throw it next to the toilet, either in a pile or in a bucket or a can or something. And so because they're not used to flushing things, because their pipes aren't, their plumbing isn't very Western, they throw it on the side. And sometimes they get on an airplane and they do the same thing in the airplane. And so you have a little drift of paper that has been used intimately next next to the toilet, and I don't know how I'm going to handle that, but whatever. For an international trip, this was pretty easy going. And that's it. We're in Detroit. I'm going to heat up something to eat. I have a pot pie I'm going to eat. And I'll watch some Netflix videos and then go to sleep. Go to YouTube videos, not Netflix. I'm just now realizing how tired I am. Go to sleep and wake up at 3:30 a.m., which is 12:30 a.m. for me, my time zone. So we fly back to Las Vegas from Detroit. So it's a super easy day tomorrow. We did have one medical going from, where did we go? Oh, from New Orleans to Houston yesterday. We did have one medical that was pretty scary. And I've realized that I was going to make a video about that tonight, but I'm really tired. So tomorrow I'm hoping to film a video about that medical and other medicals I've experienced since I've been flying this past year. And I think that video would be really interesting, not so much interesting, but informational, in that, you know, when you go to interview and they say, well, how would you handle a medical situation? I can actually share with you what kind of medicals I've handled and how we handled them. And that, I think, might be really useful for those people who haven't interviewed for the job yet, or will be, you know, going to training or whatever. So that's it. So this video is fairly short. You got a little room tour, a little chat about my first international, and I will promise to give you, I think, a really useful video about medicals soon. So make sure to click that subscribe button. There's even a little bell icon, which will, if you click that, you'll get notifications as to whenever I post a new video. You may not want to do that because you know that I film videos probably every few days, and you may not want those notifications going bling, 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 but whatever. I'm clearly too tired to talk. Have a great day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will talk to you later. Fly safe and take care. Bye.